Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a video on altering this cute little tin. Now, I know I showed you guys this tin in one of my previous videos. It just was something that I bought tea in, some Earl Grey tea, and I just thought it was so cute. Well, initially, and this is what I said in my other video, I planned on leaving the Winnie the Pooh stuff on there, but we're not going to do that. We are going to be covering this. I'm going to try and find another one of these and buy it and do one where I kind of leave it alone, but not this one. We are going to cover that stuff up. I started covering up the top and I changed my mind about that too. So this is not going to be seen either. And that's okay. This is one of my rub-ons. I'm kind of sad because it's a really nice one that I kind of wasted, but that's okay. It's okay. I can live with that. I can buy more. But I started playing around with this, and I had some images and things that I was playing around with, and I'm going to use these tags here on the front and back, and then I sort of cut these down to use on the sides because I wanted all four sides to be covered in some way, shape, or form. And in here, I've just been sort of holding some stuff just to give you guys a sneak peek. I am going to be doing some seascape type projects. That's horses that I found that I loved. I am going to be doing a tin using this, and I'm going to be doing, let's see, I've got a bunch of little ocean type pieces that my friend Robin sent me. It was funny because I was working on this when a package came in the mail from Robin from Temu, and wouldn't you know, she had some ocean themed pieces in there, so I pulled those out. I've got some dominoes here. So I will be doing a domino, and that domino, I'm trying to get the right pieces here. I've got stuff at the bottom. Okay, let's get the right one, not those. Oh, I know where it's at. I put some on the inside here. Not that. Where is my, there it is. So I have my tin all set up because I'm going to be doing a domino with the same images. I'm going to do those on the front and the back of the domino. So that's going to be that set. I don't have any more of these tins though. I thought I had some of these tins, and I probably do somewhere, but not where I know where they're at. So unfortunately, I can only do one tin, but you know, in one video I can only do one tin anyway. But I wanted to get some of these in my shop. That was sort of my thing. And I'll be using some diamond dust on these, just like I will be on this. And so you guys are going to want to stay tuned because that's going to be actually the next video that I will be working on. So those things I'm going to keep together. Oh my goodness, I'm going to lose them all first. Okay, I'm going to be keeping all this stuff together. I just need to, I wish I hadn't done that way, but let's see, maybe I can, I have a little box here. Let's see if I can put these in here. I just want to get the tin in there first, and all of my images. Oh my goodness. That. I've got some really pretty images, you guys, as well. I mean, some really, really pretty ones that you guys are going to love as far as the ocean type things. But that one with the lady on it, I just thought it was so pretty. And I definitely want to do that one first. So she will be the first one that I complete. And then in this tin, once I get it done, I think I'm going to put some goodies in it. It won't hold a ton of stuff, but I think I'm going to put some goodies in it before I put it in my shop. Some tags and things. I'm going to be making some butterflies as well. These were some beautiful butterflies that I found and printed and then cut out. So I've got some really, really gorgeous ones here that I'm going to be playing with. And then some other things. You guys are just going to love this. It's going to be great. Anyway, so I want to get started on this. So first things first, we're going to start by Mod Podging. And I did find Mod Podge at my Dollar Tree. They started having it again, so I was super, super excited about that. So we're going to be Mod Podging these images, these tags, or whatever you want to call them, onto this. So first things first, and I've got a little bit of resin here. We're going to be using a little bit of resin. This is all I have, you guys. I'm waiting for my resin to come in. I had to order some. I just ordered a little bit, but enough to get me by with a couple of projects. So this is all I have for these, for this, and for my butterflies and my tags, whatever I can get done before mine comes in. I ordered it from Temu, and it takes a little longer from Temu to get my stuff than Amazon does. I don't know that I'm going to be using my E6000, but I did take it out, and I have my little Q-tip pieces, and I've got some other tools off to the side here in case I need them. I have my Floracraft Diamond Dust, which we will for sure be using. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do this the easy way, you guys. I am going to just squeeze some Mod Podge on there and paint it on. I'm going to make sure I get plenty on there so that this is going to stay stuck. Okay, so let's see exactly where our placement is going to be. I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the bottom and a little more space at the top, I think. Or, you know what, maybe I'll just go ahead and try and center it. I think that's what I'm going to do. So these are on cardstock, you guys. So hopefully, cardstock is a little harder when you're decoupaging, especially if you have any corners or anything. And these corners, these edges on this are a little bit rounded. But it can be a little bit harder to get this down and keep it down. So I'm going to very carefully make sure it's in the right place and centered. And I don't want to keep painting over this because your your ink will start to bleed, and it'll kind of get into itself, and I don't want that to happen. I'm going to put a little bit over the outside, and actually I shouldn't have done that. In fact, I think I'm going to very quickly here, I'm going to try and get this off of here, as much of it as I can. I didn't want to put the Mod Podge on the top of it. And so you can see where there's a little bit of pink that's already started to kind of bleed, because I printed these on my inkjet. So that ink will bleed. It doesn't work like a laser jet will. Because in a laser jet you have toner cartridges, And the ink in those cartridges is different than the ink in the inkjets. So just so you know, a little tidbit of information. I learned that from working on computers for many years, doing what I did in my career. And I learned that you don't use an inkjet if you want to work with the images that you're placing. So I'm going to go around this. I'm going to grab this edge, and we're going to take one of the smaller ones. And this Mod Podge does dry fairly quickly, you guys, so you do want to get these on as quickly as you can. The other thing is, with the Mod Podge, you guys, it will make your images fade. So that's another reason you don't want to get Mod Podge all over the top of your images. Now for this, the little bit I got on there and wiped off, it's going to be fine. It's not gonna get all faded out and everything. But if you put a whole bunch of Mod Podge on top of your images, yeah, they will start to fade. And I'm going to be putting resin over the top of these. So really all I want to do when I get these on is I just want to get the sides, the edges, and then sort of press down the middle and get it stuck down in the middle. And that's why I'm putting so much Mod Podge on the inside. Because I want it to stick. So with my fingers, I'm just gonna kind of do this. It's dry on the top, so I won't rip it or tear it or anything. And then gently over the edges. And then I'm gonna kind of wipe the edges with my brush. Okay, that should be good there. And I mean, it's already, it's not wanting to slide around or anything already. So that's how fast that Mod Podge just sort of takes hold. I'm going to go over this one again with my finger, just to press down the edges. And we're going to make sure everything is down good and tight. So, not to worry there. We want a lot of Mod Podge, but not so much that it's running and dripping into the next image, like I did on the last section. I'm going to put the majority of it sort of in the middle. Okay, image number 3, and it's nice working with the same images, and this is going to look nice and uniform all the way around. I don't always do all 4 sides, but I really wanted to do that on this one. I wanted it to look a certain way, and I just think it's going to be gorgeous when it's done. I love, love, love the birds. So pretty. My friend Debbie over at Bird's Place. Thus the name Bird's Place, I guess, right? Birds are her thing. She just loves them. As do I, although I'm not much for birds flying around me, especially little flappy birds, or whatever you want to call them. It kind of terrifies me. So, but I do love birds. I think they're the most beautiful creatures. They just kind of freak me out, kind of like bugs in a sense, the way that they flap around you if they get going and get crazy. Now, a big bird, like a parrot or anything like that, oh yeah, you could put that in my arms and I'd hold it all day long. No problem, no fear. It's just the little ones. The little pretty ones. Okay, now we'll get a little bit, whoa, down this section. Okay. I need to make sure I get it to the edges where that edge is going to go so that I can get it to stay down. And then I'm going to try and make sure I've got this lined up to the top of this one and that one. I don't know if they're all going to be perfect, and if they're not, that's okay too. I'm not always... See, now this one, I've got to bring it down because I've got to... So, oh, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. I would rather have it line up with the other ones because I'm going to put something down at the bottom anyway, so it will get covered up. See, I have this little bit right here of like a numbers that they added to the tin when they made it. So I have to work tonight, so I just thought, you know what? I really have been wanting to do this tin for days, and I've been playing with the images and stuff, and I finally got them all cut up yesterday and ready to go. And I thought, well, today I'm going to see if I can do a video. Okay, so which side? Okay, so this is the front. I know because I'm looking straight up at the Winnie the Pooh stuff at the top. What did I do? I had a top one to put on here too. I'm just realizing I don't have it with these. So, I might not need it now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to add some flowers to the top, and that's going to pretty much cover up the top of the tin. So otherwise I was looking at putting one of these over the top like that, only I had a bigger one to go to the edges. I know I did. But I'm not going to do that because I think I'm just wasting it. And why should I waste that beautiful little image? I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to be less wasteful, you guys. I'm trying to heed some of your advice and not just try to be more mindful about what I'm using and how I'm using it and all that good stuff. So, and the other thing that I want to make sure I don't do, anything that goes at the top won't come down too far because I don't want to cover up any of, you know, the birds or anything like that. And even coming up at the bottom, anything that is at the bottom is fine if it comes up. You know, I don't want to cover up that nice big flower there. So, I'm not using this at the bottom though, just so you know. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put down at the bottom yet, but let me go wash this out real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so now this is what I decided I'm going to put along the bottom of the tin. So let's see here. Whoops. I just realized something that I put aside here that I want to make sure wasn't for these. No, I don't know why I put this little piece aside. Maybe to go on the bottom to cover up that little bit on the bottom. I think, no, this was just a cutoff that I put aside. That's all that was. Okay. Let's see. All right. I like this because it's got sort of a mauve-y color in the weave here. So we're going to go ahead and go with that on the bottom because I do want to use some of this lace at the top, and those two will go better together than if I use, you know, say a white lace or something. I thought about using this, and actually that wouldn't be too terribly bad. But I really like this because I feel like it goes with the tin better. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with that. All right, so let's go ahead. This is the back of the tin. So that's where we're going to start gluing our trim on. So I'm just going to come right to about the middle of the back. Just like that. And I had to cut off, this had some dangles on it that I had to cut off in order to make this work, because I didn't want the dangles on it, of course, not hanging off the bottom. I was kind of bummed to cut those off because I kept saving this piece just because I thought, okay, I will use it on a box or something at some point to kind of dangle from the top. But you know what? It's been sitting here a long time. I got it from some Happy Mail a while back, and I thought, you know what? No, I'm just going to use it. I'm going to cut those dangles off, and we're just going to go for it. Because it is actually really perfect for this tin. And this tin is, for me, it just seems special. So I want it to look really nice. So let's cut this about right here. And try and get it glued on before it has a chance to get any fraying done. I'm going to glue at the edge of that. And I'm overlapping it just a little bit to the other side because I feel like the fabric on fabric is going to glue together and hold together really well. So I like to do that if I can when I'm working with hot glue. So there's the front. Beautiful, right? And then we're going to take this pearl trim and we're going to start from right here. We're only going to put this on the front, you guys. And we're going to go around the image here just like that. And then we'll bring it down to here and cut it off. So I think that looks very, very pretty. So, and we're going to probably need to cut it right there. I feel like I should cut it at the next one just in case. We don't want to have any boo-boos. So I'm going to just go ahead with my glue all the way up that first side there. And get it pressed to right there. Isn't that pretty? I just think this tin is going to be amazing when it's done. I really do, you guys. I've been excited to do this one. I haven't had it very long. I just bought it like maybe a week or two ago. And I've been so excited to do something with it. And it just has been staring at me. I have to make sure I get this so that I can turn it around that corner. I don't want it to stick down so hard that I can't move it. Okay. And There we go. And then we gotta cut. Let's see, I'm gonna cut right here if I can. And then I'll just glue these two little pearls right there. Try and kind of push them back a little bit. There we go. Okay, that way it kind of matches on both sides as well. So that looks very pretty. I'm super, super duper happy about that. I'm going to keep this little trio of pearls just in case maybe I want to use it somewhere. And then what I thought I would do, and you guys saw, this is one of those little tins that opens. Now it's funny because this tea is really good tea, and I got the tin and the tea for $4.99, you guys. Can you believe that? So great price and a project to boot. So I thought that was a pretty cool deal. Okay, so I'm going to cut this right at this flower, and I'm going to put it right on this edge here. That's where I want it, and then I'm going to sort of glue it down over the side a little bit here and here. Yes. So we're going to start with that one. Get some glue going across here. I wanted to get this, I put the camera a little bit closer so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. And hopefully there's no I'm sorry, I had to look at that because I wanted to make sure I wasn't gluing that onto something that had to move with that little bar that goes across the top. But it's the lower one that has to move. And then, so I think that I am going to, I'm going to pop that down just a little. Yeah, I lost my train of thought here. What was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say now, you guys. I'm sorry. I do that sometimes. Let me go ahead and... I don't want to leave these edges sticking up or floppy because I feel like then it's more apt to try and loosen up at some point. So the flowers that are going on the top, we're going to use these 3 on the top. And then I also took out this little bow that I made. I made this a little bit ago, not today, like a week ago. I actually made a few of these so that I could use them in projects. So I really like it. I got this crushed velvet ribbon on Amazon that I really, really like. It's you get a lot of yardage, but it's not cheap. It was $15 a roll, and so I bought one roll, and then I figured I'll just buy another roll of another color, you know, when I can, and then another roll until I get the ones that I want. So that's what I am gonna do. And I think I want to take this one on this side because it goes, this is where you have to be able to flip and stuff, and if that's hanging over that might get in the way, I feel. So we'll just put that one to that side. And then this one, let's see, how do I want this one to go? I think we'll go like that. Or like that. I just want to get it to where it looks exactly the way I want it. I kind of like it like that. And then I want this one to go sort of in the center of these two kind of between them, because I think that's really pretty. This is one of my little three petal flowers that I made, and I did sew those. But those are super fun to make, you guys. Super fun. I'm gonna do a video on them. I just have seen some of the ones that some of the girls have made. I know Debbie makes some really pretty ones, and I wanted to make some, and I saw that how they made like the bigger ones that have the looped petals, and I really like them, but I wanted some of the just the little 3 petal, like the what do you call them, violets or whatever, that grow that way naturally. That's kind of what I wanted them to look like. And I want to make some more, but I want to make them so that I'm using, like this one I used the darker chiffon and then my shimmer chiffon for the other 2 petals. I just liked the way that looked. And then this, we're going to go, I think, right about there. And this one doesn't have a backing or anything. I didn't figure I needed it because I knew I would be gluing it down on something, because I had fully intended on using this in a project. Whoops. Hold on, you guys. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. My husband came in and I just kept gluing things on. I think you guys watched me get these glued on. I did add this little flower here, and then I glued this and this on. So I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to do that, and I stopped myself. Actually, I was on the phone with him. That's what it was. He called me. He's home now. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I did find this little piece of lace that I'm thinking I might try to make something, you know, to kind of hang off of it with or something. I don't know. We'll see. And I did make this tiny bow because I realized this one was going to be just way too big. It doesn't go. So we have this little tiny lace bow. And I did make that off camera, and I'm sorry, you guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing going and get it finished for you so you can see how beautiful it's going to be. So I did add this, which is just like this flower, only a little smaller, and it didn't have the lace detail on the bottom of it. But I was debating between that and this one, and I love, love, love this flower. And this is one of the loop ones that I was telling you about that I did. I did one of the bigger ones, and then actually I did a few of this kind, and then I did that little 3-petaled one. So anyway, let's get this area done. I think I'm going to put this right here. And maybe this one over here, like that. And I think that looks very pretty, right? So pretty. Okay, and then I want to put this bow up in this corner, and that's the thing, you know, the other one was so big it was going to cover up the bird, and there's no way I'm covering up that little bird. So I thought about trying to do a bow with this lace piece, but it does have a kind of a break in it, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that right there. This was just a little piece of lace that somebody sent me in Happy Mail. And I just think it's so pretty. It's a pretty piece of lace. And I did find another piece of lace this morning that I want to use for some stuff. I'm just cutting this to kind of make maybe some a little fringe, like a little tassel-y piece or something that I can hang maybe from the top or something. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut a couple of real thin strips here. out of the middle kind of piece of the lace. And this is a decent strip, so I'll get some, you know, a couple of good pieces out of this. Sorry, that's my husband. He's talking to the puppy, saying hi to her. And I just want little pieces, so I think I'll just kind of end up making them about that long. And then I'll just cut those off a little bit as I go. And then I'm going to cut this into 2 little strips as well. And I am going to tie, I think I'm going to tie this piece on this side into a bow, and I'll decide from there which bow I want to use. I like this piece of lace because it's a sheer lace and it's a real soft lace, and so I really kind of like this maybe for a bow. So we'll see how it goes, but I think I can make a really nice bow out of this. And it'll be nice and narrow as well. And so I've got this piece there. And then here's what I've got left. So let's see what we can do. And we're just doing my usual bow. 2 and 3. And I can tell already, I'm sure I'm gonna like this bow a little better. I'm gonna start one more time here and just make the tail just slightly longer at the beginning end. 2. And each loop gets a little bit shorter as I go. And I think I did it exactly the way I did it the first time. Oh well, that's okay. I'll just cut the other side off a little bit once I get it tied together. I'm going to take a piece of this and I'm going to use that to tie the center off because I want it to match. So I got it in the middle. Look at that. Very nice. And tie this on. We'll make a knot there. What just happened? Oh shoot, I pulled on the bow. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I did that. Well, now I can't get this untied because it's so tight on there. Well, we're going to see how we can do this. All right, let's do our bow one more time. So there's one. And we do want this to be a small bow. So I think I might have been going a little bit bigger, really, than I needed to with that bow. I want it to be small because I don't want to cover up the bird with the bow. So that's actually fine, but look at where that lands, right there. I gotta see if I can cut that and make it. There we go, got it, haha. Let's go here, one more time. One, two, 3. If you hear my dog howling a little bit, she's not in pain. She's playing with her dad, and she's so excited that he's home. So she gets kind of, she starts like howling. I don't know how else to put it. She howls when she sees him and gets excited and happy. So, all right. So let's see. We have this piece. Let's take this one and use that to tie on the center of this. It's the wider piece that I cut off in the beginning. Let me get it in the center. There we go. Tight. And we are centered. I know what I did the first time. I grabbed the wrong end. I thought I was grabbing the end of the straight piece, and I was grabbing the end of the bow instead when I was pulling on it. So I pulled the bow apart and ended up tightening the knot on the other piece. So yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so that's a pretty little bow. And I think that's what I want up here. But we do have to keep these pieces a little shorter because, again, I don't want to cover up our little bird. So I'm going to make sure they're short enough that they don't drop down and hang over the bird. So there we go. So there's our little bow. Get these pieces to hang down like that. Okay, and now we need something in the middle there, and I think I'll probably use that. So let me just go ahead, pop that in the middle and press it down. Fluff up our bow. Just like that. And then we'll glue that right in this corner. I'm hoping that the rest of this video doesn't take too long because I lost a whole bunch of time there. I was talking to Jeff when he came in the house. He was telling me the stories of the day. So there we go. Pretty, pretty, right? That looks really good. That's what it looks like so far. And then, here's what we're gonna do. I'm wondering though, maybe I could use this one still. I kind of would like to have a bow at the top in with those flowers, and we're gonna use this with the top flowers, and we're just gonna kind of press it in there in the middle, just like that. And I got something really pretty from my friend Robin yesterday. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Oh boy, here we go. Look at that. I found them right away. She sent me some more earrings. And these are super pretty. And I'm wondering if maybe I could hang one of them from the top. See, isn't that pretty? I love these. I love these earrings that they sell that have the little acrylic flowers on them. I just think they're so pretty. I'm just going to kind of hook the earring thing on there real quick and see what it looks like hanging from the top. That's kind of what it looks like. You really can't see it much. And I don't want to put it somewhere where you're just not going to even see it. I could put it over here on that side of the bow so that it doesn't cover the bird, and have it hanging right there. And that, I think, is a better spot for sure. So let me do this. We are going to nip. Oh, where's my nippers? Sorry, they're at the bottom of the box. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to try and see if I can get this, the actual piece of the earring, and loop that around. Maybe I can hook it on and then loop it. I'm just trying to catch on to this piece of lace here. I know what I need to do. I need to use my pliers. That will hold on to it a little bit easier. And that way I can just kind of pull it through. Okay. I had it. It's just not sliding through all the way. Okay, well, but I really want to do that. So let's loop this just a little bit more. Just like that. So I've got a little bit of a loop. And then let's try this again. Okay. Okay, I got it through. I'm gonna pinch it. I'm gonna have to show you guys. I need to do a in-person video so that you can all see my little puppy Holly. Last time you saw her, I think she weighed about 40 pounds. She weighs 80 pounds now, maybe a little bit more. She is one big girl. So there we go. We got that on there. That looks really pretty hanging from there. So I like that. And the colors go really nicely with the colors in the whole thing. But I am going to sweep that off to the side because here's what we're going to do next. We are going to, let me put this one in the baggie here so it doesn't get messed up. And I'm going to put it in my box full of goodies so I don't lose it. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, and I should have done this before I did the flowers, but it's okay. It's not a big deal at all. I'm going to take my resin here, and I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and I'm just going to sort of, I think we'll do it this way. I'm going to just put some on there and brush it on. There we go. Because we are going to put some diamond dust on these flowers. We want to get it nice and sparkly. Huh. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog, but she's getting so excited. Jeff's in there playing with her, and they're having a good old time. Gotta get that lace out of the way. It just keeps wanting to come back. here. Let's see. I'm gonna just clip that together like that. There, now I don't have to worry about it getting in my way. That piece I know I can get out of the way enough. I'm just putting like a little drop on there and then putting it where I want it. I'm going to put some on the bird, getting the flowers, and I want a little bit sort of just here and there and everywhere. And let's see, maybe a little bit even on the lace here. And again, I'm using my UV resin on this because I like it, because it doesn't turn everything yellow. I've been using this stuff for a long time, and when I use it in this manner for my flowers and stuff, it doesn't yellow everything and make it look dingy. Although this piece is made to look a bit vintagey anyway, so if it did, it wouldn't bother me too terribly much. So I am just going to, let's see. I don't know if I have one of my little scoopers here. I do not. That's okay. Oh wait, here's one of my long spoons. This will be just fine. And I'm just gonna sprinkle my Floracraft Diamond Dust, and I will put a link to this on the description menu. So when you're done watching the video, you can check and see, find the link there if you want to purchase some Diamond Dust. This stuff is amazing. I love it. I've been using it for years. And I love, love, love the sparkle that I get from Diamond Dust. And I just use the clear. I never buy the colored. It's glass is what it is. It's just crushed up glass. And I didn't put any resin on the bird's head, and I do want to put a little bit right there. I got a little too much there, so we're gonna scoop it a little bit, maybe put a little bit just kind of around here. And okay. So now I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to, let's see if I can tap it over my jar here for a second and get the majority off. I'm going to tap it over my trash can here. And I'm going to put this under my lamp. You can see, look at the beautiful, beautiful glitter on there. I'm going to put it under my UV light real quick. Oh, and I have working on a dragonfly. And we will get that portion cured. And we're going to go, I'm trying to think, do I want to do all the sides or just the one? I'm thinking maybe I will only glitter the front, because that way you can pick up the can with all the other sides and the glass glitter won't be there, because it is glass. You don't want to give this as a gift to a child for sure. So if anybody who buys this tin, this would definitely be a gift for an adult, not a child, because it is glass. And you can easily you can easily, you know, stick your finger or what have you. It's rough to the surface, but you can see I'm doing this and I'm not cutting my finger. So it's rough to the touch when you touch it, but look at that. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. We're going to put a little bit, I'm going to try and get a little bit up in here on these flowers and a little bit of the lace up at the top. I'm going to get our little porcelain flower here, and some of that lace. And you can see I'm just kind of brushing it lightly over some of the lace. Because I do like my sparkle, and I've got one of those same flowers over here that I have down below, so I'm going to put some on that and a little bit on these lacy bits right here. Gosh, I hate when I run out of resin. I really do. This is the first time I've run out of resin in quite some time. But I've had to be a little bit more careful lately, you know, with my pennies and stuff. So I've been using restraint and not buying a lot of extra crafting stuff. I've bought a couple of things, like dollar store things, and you know, just a couple here and there, but not much. I'm trying to just use restraint. I have to. Got car insurance coming and all the big bills that, you know, come every few months. Okay. So I'm going to just tap that down a little bit, get some of that off that pearl. And I didn't get much over here, so I'm just going to, real quick, just put a little bit, just like that. And sprinkle some there and there and there. Okay, now I'm going to tap this in my trash can again. Get off all the excess and pop it under my lamp for just about 60 seconds. And close up my little can here. And see if I can sweep off this extra glitter. In fact, I think I'll put my trash can under here and make it a little easier on myself. The thing is I've got my silicone pad down here, and that glass glitter sticks to the pad. It doesn't really want to come off real easily. So there's still going to be a good amount of glitter left on my pad after I do this. But that's okay for now. All I have to do is get a wet cloth and wipe it when I'm done, and it'll all come up real easily. But the water is what makes the silicone stop grabbing on to everything. Okay, so my light is off. There we go. So we've got now some glitter on the top. Not a lot, just a little bit here and there. You can see it. It looks very, very pretty. And there's the front. Okay. I want to show you guys too, my husband made a new pen. I forgot to show you. I'm going to be putting this in my store. It's kind of along the lines of the Blue Line pens, you know, for like police officers. It's black and blue and white. And, sorry, I got glue on my nail here. It's driving me crazy. And it's got the little rifle here at the top and the bolt action thing like the other ones that I showed you guys. But these pens are super high quality pens and they write so beautifully. But Jeff, yeah, he made this one recently. Isn't that gorgeous? So I just want to show you guys. This one's going into my shop, and I've got some other ones in the shop too. I just recently sold a few of them. The last group that I put into my shop, and I do still have a few left. So if you're interested, there are some still there. They're not cheap, you guys, and I gotta tell you, the supplies to make them are not cheap per pen. Just the kits for the pens themselves without the you know, the blank, you know, this part, without that part that he turns, the rest of this is like $16 or $17, and then the blank is another between $10 and $15. So yeah, so just the materials alone on those is expensive. So the pens are not cheap, you guys. I just want to let you know that. But they make excellent, excellent gifts for our men. Especially if you know somebody that's a police officer, or some of the ones we have are like Second Amendment pens and We the People and that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of really pretty ones, and the guys seem to really like them. So if you're interested, they're in my shop. So, okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now I want to take a little bit of this lace, and let's see, this one I can hang that way, and then we have this one, and this one I think that's plenty long enough right there, and I'm going to have to cut this little string off right here, and I think I'm going to use that to tie this off at the top. I'll just tie these all together. And then I'll cut the strings at the bottom that are still looped. There we go. Let me just move that up just a tad. What just happened there? Okay. I pulled a piece out. That's okay, because I still have this right here, and I can just add that piece there and tie around it. There we go. And one more. All right, so there we go. We have a nice little lace tassel. And then I'll take this. I think there was only one loop. Yep. Okay, so this one I think I want to put sort of behind this bow back here to kind of hang down the side behind our pretty flower decoration. So yeah, we're gonna we're going to do that. I don't know why this thing is... This one little piece in here is like not gripping. I'm not sure why, but you know what? As soon as I hit that with some glue, it'll stick. Okay, let me get this flower out of the way. And our bow. And we're just going to put our big blob of glue behind there. And push the bow over the top. And look at how pretty that looks, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? And now we'll bring our flower over. And that hangs just like that. We got to get this piece out of there. Just like that. Okay. Isn't it gorgeous, you guys? So that is pretty much it with this. That's all we have to do. It's a beautiful, beautiful box. A little piece of glass glitter that I got stuck on the edge there, but that'll come right off. There we go. And I think this turned out absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I hope you agree. And here, again, here are the sides. And then there's the back. The back is just sort of plain with our little detail here. I'm going to take a wet cloth and I am going to go over this. And actually, you know what I think I am going to do, guys? I think I might resin over the tops of these images. I had totally intended on doing that to begin with. And I am going to do that now. And I'll show you what that's going to look like. I'm going to do one side for you guys now. And then when I get off camera, I will do the other two sides. Because the front, obviously, is already done. So I'm just going to kind of drizzle my resin over it. And I'm just going to paint right over the top of this image. Just like this. And it brings the image out. It intensifies the color in the image. And it's going to look like porcelain, you guys. In fact, I'm going to go between these. I'm going to go between these and I'm going to overlap it so that this entire section at the bottom is resined all the way around the image. That way it's holding everything together. Nothing will be left out. And I'm going to do this. I can do all three of these sides, and then I will go along the tin on the front too and do the same thing. Go around the image and really make sure everything is secure, and those images are not going to peel up. They're not going to go anywhere. Once that resin is on everything, we're all set. So I'm going to lift that. And it's not drippy, so I'm not going to have a bunch of big drips drizzling down as I've got it held sideways here. Well, I got to get this on. And I'm going right up to the edge on the other side there. Right up to those pearls. And I'm looking around as I'm doing this, trying to see if I can find my little pink torch gun. If I don't find it, I'll use one of my little lighters that I've got over here, because I do want to, that smooths out the resin. It makes it nice and smooth so that it's not unlevel. Unlevel, is that a word? Unlevel? It'll make everything nice and level and kind of blend in a little bit better, you know, than if you don't torch it. It's not necessarily for bubbles, because there's probably not going to be a whole lot of bubbles because this is such a thin layer of resin here that I'm putting down. So you're not going to see much in the way of bubbling, but you will see strokes, brush strokes, and so forth. When I hit it with the lighter, it's going to take those brush strokes out. So I'm making sure there's no drip marks. And then as soon as I get this finished under the lamp, I will show you guys. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe how beautiful the whole thing is going to look. And I'm just kind of looking under the lamp here to make sure I got everything covered. I do see a spot right here that seems to need, whoopsie, seems to need a little more. So make sure you're paying attention, close attention to the fact that you've got everything covered. Because if you don't, you're going to be mad at yourself if you missed just a little spot because you didn't look under the lamp. You know, it just takes a minute to look under your regular lamp, and you can see the way the light shines on it. It will show you if you missed anything. Okay, and now I am going to find my flame. Hopefully this one will work. Yes. So I'm just going to real gently go over this with my flame. On all three sides. Okay, and now I'm going to pop it under my lamp. And I will be right back, you guys. It's going to take a few minutes. Okay, you guys, I have got this. Whoopsie, don't want that dumped over. These are some of the butterflies that I'm getting ready to make. I got a bumblebee and some butterflies here. Look at how beautiful this butterfly is. And this was just images that I found, printed and cut out. Look at those. Just so vibrant and bright. Look at this one. This is the one I may do resin this one and use it on the tin, sort of on the front, or you know, somewhere near the flowers here, or maybe even up here at the top. But they're all so beautiful, and I'm getting ready to work on these, but I'm kind of waiting for my my new resin to come in. Look at this one, is just roses. Isn't that pretty? That would be pretty on this one as well. I think that would probably be the best one, honestly, with this particular tin. But yeah, I've got a bunch of them. And then I also have my little dragonfly here. I don't know, that would be pretty on this as well. But it's a little bit big. I think it's maybe a little too big for this. Although look at you guys. That looks gorgeous. But anyway, let me just pop that down. And so there's the front, there's one side, there's the back, and there's the other side. So you can see how nice and shiny the resin has turned this image. Now you will see on the back, see there's a couple of lighter spots, and that's because when I Mod Podged underneath the Mod Podge, it was dry in that one spot underneath, and so when I did the resin, it didn't soak into the paper, and because you can see like where it kind of darkens the image when I do the resin over them, and it pulls the color out and makes it look super vintagey and stuff. Now on this one though, you've got a couple of spots. So what I will do, honestly, and we might as well do it right now. I'm going to take a little more resin and I'm going to pop some on these flowers. We're doing this on the back side, and I'm just going to spread it around right with the nose of this container. I'm going to go like this. We're going to put some there, and we're going to put some glitter just all around on the back, and that way it's going to cover those light spots, and you're not gonna see the difference there. And that's one way that you can fix your resin. If you have, you know, little things that you think are boo-boos and you want to kind of cover them up because of image purposes, if you're willing to add a little bit of glass glitter, you can just put some of that on there, and it's going to make everything blend a little bit better, and you're not going to notice those little spots as much. So I'm just going to take it like that. And yeah, don't use your fingers when you do glass glitter like I just did. It's best if you use a brush or something like that to spread it around. Or a brush, I'm sorry, a spoon or a scoop. I was thinking of the resin when I said brush. So let me pop this under the light real quick. In fact, let me tap it over my trash can first. Pop it under the light. 90 seconds. And I will be right back. Okay, so we got this all done, and look at what I made while I was waiting for that to finish. I made a little butterfly, and this is the one with the roses all over it. So super pretty. So we are going to put that, let's see, we're going to decide, do we want it up here? Oops, that's the back side. We don't want it right there. Actually, if we do, we will turn it that way. That might be a good spot for it. That's a nice spot for it, actually, right there. Right? I think that's a good spot. Or we could pop it right over here with these flowers. But I think I prefer it right up here at the top with right behind this flower right there. Yes. So we're just going to pop some glue right at the bottom here and in the back, and just push it in there. Pop it out just enough so you can see it. We don't want to hide her. I'm going to take this flower and I'm going to add just a dot of glue right there, because you can see there's a spot right there where resin got in on it and it kind of darkened it. So we're going to glue that down so you don't see that one little spot with the resin. And this piece we're going to pull behind so that you can see that pretty flower. And that pretty flower. There we go. Okay, you guys, so we are all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I so enjoyed making this one, and this tin is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. The one thing that I would say I'd like to do is maybe to take something around this top section right there so that it goes around to the back side and sort of dresses up the back a little bit more. I think that's probably a very good idea. So you know what, let's real quick before we hang up, let's go ahead and let's do that. Okay, we're gonna put it right across the back here first, because the back needs a little bit more, I think. A little bit of something going on to dress it up a little bit. And I need a glue stick, of course. Let me just get, now I'm going to be covering up these pearls a little bit at the top, but that's okay. That's going to be kind of, I don't know, hopefully it's not going to mess that up. I think it looks okay. Not messed up at all. Let's get this up there and out of the way. And pull this around. And that was just an easy 1 minute touch up, finish, and we are done. So anyway, you guys, I hope you did enjoy this one. I really enjoyed doing it, and I've been so excited to get this one done, and I'm glad I finally got the chance to do it because it really is very, very pretty, and it deserved attention. So I wanted to get this done and do it with you guys. Might as well, I've got one more of these little flowers left, then this, I'm all out of this lace now. That's okay, I've been enjoying it so much. I've had so much fun with that lace. It's one of my favorites because I love the color of it and the vintage look of it. So I've really, really enjoyed having that. So thank you so much, Robin. I really have gotten a lot of great use out of that lace. There we go. So now it's my turn. I get to buy some. So that's one of the next things I'm going to buy. So there we go, you guys. All done. All set. Ready to go into my Etsy shop. And I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. And stay tuned for the next one, because you guys know I'm going to do those beach dominoes and that tin I'm going to put together, and those are going to be super pretty. We're going to be using glass glitter on those as well, because I like to use the glass glitter in the beachy ones, because you know how when you look out over the ocean and you get to a certain part of the day where it's the sun is sort of shimmering on the water and it looks like glitter, or it looks like little pieces of glass all over, that's what these are going to look like. So if you look at some of my early videos, like when I first started my channel, and before I was doing any tutorials, I just did a couple of sample videos with my phone just to see what it was like to post a video. And they were just little shorts. that showed finished pieces. Well, I did do some of my my beach dominoes back then, and so I did do a little short video of me just showing my dominoes with the beach scenes, and they are gorgeous, you guys. So go back, look at those old videos. I will actually post them on the end of this video so that you can just click the link and go look at them. Super cool. They're just like maybe 2-minute videos, maybe 3 tops, and they're super cool, and they are a good watch, and not too long to get through. So anyway, thanks a lot, you guys. God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. Thank you to everybody who's been visiting my Etsy shop and doing some little shopping there. Remember, Christmas is going to be coming, so get your Christmas shopping started early. I'm going to be trying to put as much stuff as I can in my shop right now to get ready for the holidays. So I'll be working really, really hard over the next couple of months, just trying to get as much done as I possibly can. Of course, doing quality work. I don't want to do so much that I'm bombarding myself and not doing good work. So I will be doing that, and I have so many things that I'm working on, you guys. I've got lots of things sort of lined up and ready to go. So this one, again, I'm going to add a few goodies inside the box just to show you guys. These are some of the things that I'll be putting in. I've got these little birds, these horses. Oh, that's birds again. I've got these I'm doing something different with this next couple. I've got these, which are butterflies, moths, and I think there's like dragonflies, different things in those. I got these. Isn't that gorgeous? So gorgeous. Oh my goodness. These, I love, love, love this. I just love it. And it's got butterflies in it, one of my favorite things. Couple of these, and this was something I printed, and I think it was actually meant for the original one I printed was meant to put in a phone cover, like for your Apple phone or your iPhone, and it didn't work for mine because for some reason I was thinking I had a clear cover that I could put it in, but I didn't, so it didn't work out for me. But that's okay, because I'm going to get me a clear cover, and I'm going to start using some of these pretty images to put around my phone so that I can change it out and do some different things. I've got more than this, you guys. I have a box that is loaded down, but here's what I'm going to be doing with those images so that you guys know. And another reason that I'm waiting for my resin to get here. So this is what I'm doing. I'm glittering them and making them pretty. I'm going to do a video on this, not those, but these are just some that I've already done, some that I did in the past. Look at that. But they're gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous? So I just have a whole bunch of them, you guys, that I've been playing around with and doing some glittering. Here's another mermaid, and this boot, that is to die for. I'm going to print some more of those. These hearts, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, so you guys, I have a whole bunch of really pretty ones, and I've got this image somewhere, and I shrunk this one way down because I wanted to use it for something and didn't use it. I actually did a couple of them, so I glittered those too. Aren't they pretty? They're just a bunch of little birds sitting on a little planter. So yeah, you guys, I've got more in here to do and to glitter. More in here that are glittered. Look at some of the other ones that aren't. These were ones that I was getting ready to make some stuff with. I wanted to use some of my little girls and kind of put them in and somehow make these really cute pieces. Angels. There's my ballerina. I love this one. And what other ones are done? These are just some other ones that I have finished. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch of them, you guys, but I want to glass glitter all of them. So we will be getting some glass glittered tags, and I'm going to be putting surprise bits into my boxes that I'm going to be putting into my Etsy shop. And this is a box that's going to go in there, not with the stuff that's in it, but this box is one I'm doing. I've got a bigger one that I'm doing. I have probably 7 or 8 boxes that I'm in the middle of doing. I have a really super cool one that my friend Deanna sent me. I gotta show you guys. I've actually got 2 of them. She sent me one a while back that I had painted white, and I am kind of in the middle of finishing that one. I started it a long time ago and I didn't finish it. But this one is super cool. It's just like a cigar box, but it's very not deep. It's just a narrow box, but it's so cool and so beautiful. The wood is just beautiful. So this is one I'm going to be doing, but I'm not going to paint it white. I'm leaving it dark wood. So this will be something different for me. I don't often leave them dark wood, and I wish I hadn't painted the other one white. I wish I had left the other one dark as well, because I really, really like it. But, you know, that's my mistake. It's one of those things that you do and you don't really know why. You just did it, but you can't fix it once you've done it. So anyway, so yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff, you guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to get some really good videos out. I have got 5 days off, I think, next week. So during those 5 days, I'm going to be working feverishly to get a whole bunch of stuff done. It's my chance, my possibly one and only chance before the busy season starts at work, to be able to get some stuff done for holiday shoppers. So yeah, I'll be working on that, and so stay tuned. Thanks, you guys. God bless you. Stay amazing, because you know you're all super amazing. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay well. Love your family. Tell them you love them all the time. Hug them, squeeze them as much as you can. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end and links in the description menu. So thanks a lot, you guys. Bye-bye. God bless.